Hi and welcome to our Facebook Live today. My name's Jenny McCormack. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator and I'm based in the market town of Brackley in the UK. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're joining me live, then feel free to say hi and I will respond to any questions or comments you may have. If you're watching on catch up or on replay or on YouTube, then feel free to make any comments and I will catch up with your comments or any questions later on and reply directly to those. So today I received my parcel from Stampin' Up, which features this fabulous new mini Stampin' cut and emboss machine. It's a bit of a mouthful, that's for sure. It's basically a mini version, so a small desktop version of our large cut and emboss machine, and it works in exactly the same way, in that these sides fold up and down, and it's a nice lightweight unit. You can literally carry it in 2 fingers, probably even 1 finger, and it's designed for people that are maybe just starting out on their die cutting experience, or if you're an experienced crafter, maybe you've already got 1 if not more die cutting machines, then it's perfect to have literally next to you on the desktop. So I'm very excited for this for a couple of reasons. One is it means I can use this in my Facebook Lives without taking up the whole of the desk. And it also means if I'm doing die cutting at classes, when we get back to doing classes in person, then I can have a number of these scattered around for each person or between 2 people, rather than having to lug the large machines around, because obviously they're large and quite heavy, whereas this one will fit nicely in a bag. So just for comparison of size, and I know you can't see all of this, but if I put the 2 next to each other, so this is in its folded position. Oh, you really can't see that, can you? It is so big. Maybe if I put it on its side, I don't know. It's not really going to help you, is it? But this is the large one and this is the baby one, just to give you an idea. So much easier. Obviously, the limitation is the size of the plates that you've got. So this is the plate size here. If I show you this one, this is probably the easiest one. So let me just measure that. I'll measure it in inches and centimeters for you. So in centimeters, this is 18 centimeters by 9 centimeters. If you prefer it in inches, then it is, let's get the right end of the ruler, 7 inches by 3.5. Surprise, surprise. So twice as long as it is wide. But it works in exactly the way as the other machine. You have a base plate, which is number 1, that you can see here. We have a top plate, which is number 2, and we have another clear plate, which is also number 2. And I've added stickers to mine that say top and base, because I read somewhere, and this is not official from Stampin' Up, but somebody has recommended that if you always keep a top and a base in that order, it doesn't matter if these get turned over or round, but it will keep these plates nice and flat. Now, I've tried it with my new embossing machine, so I'm going to carry on with this one and see if that actually works in that same way. You have obviously the instructions with it, which are in English, French, German and Japanese, and it tells you how to use it. So literally 4 instructions, including folding down, putting your sandwich in, not your sandwich, not your real sandwich, and then winding the handle. You have 2 extra plates with them, and these are for embossing. So obviously they don't fit our large embossing folders, so if you use those a lot you won't be able to use these with this machine. But if you use those a lot already, you probably have a different larger die cutting machine. But our narrow embossing folders will go through here, and I expect we'll see more of those as well. So it operates nice and simply, it's nice and light, the handle works in the same way. Because it's a shorter distance, it's less winds of the handle to take anything through. So I'm going to stamp something and we're going to cut it out. What I am going to do is show you just some straightforward die cutting. I've got these 2 little dies, and I'm going to talk about this product medley in a second. I'm just going to grab here, I've just got a scrap of glitter paper, and actually I don't want glitter paper, because I want to show you the details. Sorry, just going to have a scrap of this gold card. So the system says there's 5 people here, so welcome to you. So I'm just going to cut that little snippet out, and this is from the Most Wonderful Time product medley, which is what I'm demonstrating because this is on offer and retiring, and it's a fantastic set of products that is on at half price. So I just wanted to show you this. So I've got the number 1, number 2 base, number 2 top, okay. And oops, and don't throw it around like I've done. You should really do that. The best place to do that is leave it on the platform ready. Okay, and bring this over. Okay, so hopefully you can see that. And then I'm just going to run this through. I'm just going to hold on to the top, so sorry about my large hand in the way. Perhaps if I turn it on its side. So just helping it through there. It's difficult to do it when I'm trying to keep it under the camera, but there we go. That's our dies through there. Okay, so although it's a small embossing machine, it really does a good job. So I've got, and I'll perhaps pop this on the white base, a star and an angel that I've die cut here and here. So if you can see the detail of that, I'm just going to bring it up towards the screen, and I'm hoping that you can see that level of detail. Okay, so this is a cute little angel for the top of the tree, and this is the star. Okay, so I'm literally got it out of the packet this afternoon and have been using it already, and it's very dinky. You just feel like you want to carry it around. That's really sad, isn't it? I know. So we will use this again in a minute. So as I say, it will take 3.5 inch sizes of dies. In our catalogue, you'll see it says mini against anything that will fit in its entirety through the mini die cutting machine. Let me see if I can find you a sample. So here, for example, just move this out of the way. So in the catalogue, so this is the Christmas catalogue, can you see there's a little red symbol that says mini, and that means all of the dies in this set individually will go through the mini machine. Obviously not all of them necessarily together, but it means that the largest one will fit through the mini machine. Okay, so that's a good indicator. In terms of examples, this one here from our Sweetly Stitched dies will definitely fit on there, and that comfortably fits a note card, 3.5 inches by 5. So that's quite a good indicator of the size. Okay, so what I want to do is show you the Most Wonderful Time product medley, and then create a card, and I'll be using some of the elements and obviously the mini boss, we're calling it. Its full name is a Stampin' Cut and Emboss, a mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. You can leave it set up like that with the plates out, or you can fold it up out of the way if you have space on your desk. Okay, so let me show you the product medley, and then we'll do a little bit of card making. Let me pop these dies back in here. So this product medley includes designer series paper, stamps, dies, some gold backing sheets, and a whole series of die cuts as well. It also featured gold stars, and those are the stars that I used recently, and I said to you, I know these come from a kit, but I'm not quite sure which kit. It's from this kit. So the kit is normally £65. It's being retired, and it's currently available in the UK at £32.50. So it was £65, and this is the stamps. Obviously it features the Christmas tree. You can add the little candy canes. You've got Deck the Halls, Comfort and Joy, Oh Christmas Tree, and Hope You Have a Wonderful Christmas. Those are the sentiments. I know you can't necessarily see those. And then you have these presents with the bows on the top. So this could be for anything other than Christmas. This could be for birthdays. And this die here cuts out those 3 presents. So it's one die, but it cuts out 3 separate presents. So you can have a lot of fun with that. And also you've got a little star and stars in the corner, and these fabulous 2 Christmas trees. This is this one stamped, and let me just show you this one briefly. This is this one stamped. So they're really, really effective stamps, and obviously the die cuts this one out as well. So you have a die for the large tree, which I've just used there, and a die for this little one here. Let me show you the papers really quickly, and also the die cuts. So I have used this because this came out last year, so this is not a complete set. But you get 48 sheets of 6 by 6 inch designer paper, and some of it is non-Christmas, so I'll show you one side and then I'll whiz it over and show you the other. Let me just turn that light round, stop that, because I've taken my paper away, it's shining on my shiny table. So we have this one here that's obviously got the candy canes on. This fabulous one here with the deer, and all of these have got gold embossing on. I don't know if you can see that. So you get 8 sheets of each of these designs. You have this one with the little bows on. This one with the little Christmas trees. This one with the trees, and again with gold embossing. And then this one with the stars. So that's one side of everything. And then if I turn them over, this is the red side. So you've got striped papers here. So this you could use outside of Christmas. You've got stars. You've got presents. Now, although they're red and green, you do have gold and black. So you could easily use those either as sheets or individually cut out presents if you wanted to. You've got this lovely mistletoe. And if you can see that with the gold embossing. And then we've got candy canes, and then red, green and gold stripes. Okay, and on the back of that is the star. So a really nice mix. And what I would do, if you've done your Christmas cards for now, is buy this pack and put it away, ready for next year. You have these gold foiled backing cards that you could cut up and also die cut. And there's three different designs. You've got stars, stripes and larger stars. And then you've got the die cuts as well. So you get so much in this pack. You don't get card bases or envelopes. It's designed for you to do, typically for a more experienced crafter, to make a whole series of cards with. So you've got these lovely die cut deer, and these are die cut and self-adhesive. You've got these fantastic banners that you can stamp onto. And if you took the stamps that you got, hope you have a wonderful Christmas, which would fit in here. Or oh Christmas tree, which would fit in here. So you've got some of those, and then you've got die cut berries, and then finally there's more than this but trees. I've added a little bit of glimmer on there as well, and some stars and the like. So a whole mixture really. Now Facebook is telling me there's 5 people, but it's not sending me any comments. So if you have commented, I do apologise. I can't see any comments at all. Okay, so let's have a go doing some stamping and die cutting, of course. So I have got this little angel and the little star already die cut that I showed you before. Let me grab a piece of grid paper. Just going to fold this in half, like so. Okay, so what I was thinking is to do a set of trees, and I've got one that I've done and cut out, but I'm also going to use on another card this one here. Now I found this set again, I'm very excited to use a whole load of the stamps and the die cuts. So surprise surprise, tomorrow will be some simple cards using this kit. So I'm just going to grab a piece of card, and what I might do is I'm just having a look, see if this fits on nicely. Yeah, so I might pre-cut a piece of white card that I'm going to stamp onto. So let me just trim that down so it fits in our mini boss. So this is from our Stitch So Sweetly dies. actually I think what I'll do is I'm going to stamp it and then die cut it, because I can choose which bit I want. I can't quite decide which set of trees to use though. I might do this one first. I've got Shaded Spruce as my ink pad, mainly because it was here from yesterday. Just want to put that there. Just want to stop this light shining in you. So this is another die from that set. Here we go. So just use this little tree here, and this has got, it's photopolymer, so it's nice and easy to see to stamp. So one thing you will need is a block to be able to use these, obviously, and an ink pad. But you can choose the your choice of ink pad. So I've got Shaded Spruce here, but you could use any green that you have, really. So I'm just going to ink this up. Let me just check it's on screen, which it is, and just stamp this here. So all I'm going to do is stamp a whole bunch of trees. So I'm going to do some first generation stamping and then some second generation stamping. So I stamped 2 here, and then I'm going to stamp 1 in between. So you can see how you get that lovely effect. So stamp it again. Just going to do this one a little bit lower because I want them at different heights, really. Make that one go up. So I've just got a lovely set of Christmas trees going on here. It really is a beautiful stamp. It's slightly weird in that the tree is leaning to one side, like Christmas trees do, don't they? So you can correct it a little bit by doing it at an angle. Okay, let's put 1 in here and 1 in here, like so. And obviously you can do some additional trees sitting behind just by doing some additional stamping without re-inking. Okay, so I've got a lovely line of Christmas trees. So what I'm going to do is cut that out with our die. Just going to move this out of the way. Bring in our mini cut and emboss machine. Okay. So I've got my white plate, which is number 1. The base. I'm going to pop my piece of card on and my die. Now obviously you haven't got as much room here to maneuver this, but you can put this through at a bit of an angle, because in order to help maintain the rollers and everything, you want to have things going in as much of an angle as you can. So you can angle this on here, and you can angle the plate slightly as well. Okay, just so you're taking the pressure off that. Putting my top plate down, just checking to see if that's how I want it. Yep, it looks good to me. And I'm holding the top of the machine and just winding it through. Because it's not taking a huge die and a lot of detail, it's very easy to put through the machine. So there we are. I have got my die cut trees on my little panel. So what I'm thinking is to put one of these panels behind, only because I could use some red. The green of this paper here is old olive, and obviously I've used shaded spruce here, so I'm going to use one of these layers to pop it onto. And then one of the other dies in the pack is this one here, which cuts a really nice label. So what I'm going to do is either stamp my sentiment and put this down here, or I might just put it across the top. I might add, because there are some stars in there, I might add some stars in the top and put this on the bottom, because there's a lot of tree going on. So what I'm going to do is just stamp a sentiment. Let's grab this scrap of card, and I think I'm going to use a Christmas tree. This one here. So this is all from the product medley. A Christmas tree. Just pop that onto a block. So thank you for joining me. I have no idea why I have no messages or comments. So as I say, if you are watching and commenting, then I do apologise that I'm not responding to you directly. Okay, so I'm using shaded spruce again. I'm just watching the time. So just pop that Christmas tree there. And I'm going to pop this through. Oh, have I given us enough space? Just because that edge comes in a little bit from the edge. That was lucky. Okay, so I'm just going to pop this through. So my base break number 1, okay, that base number 2, just cut this out a bit. A Christmas tree, and my die. Hopefully that's roughly right. And my top plate. It did move a little bit, didn't it? Now, if I was doing a lot of these, I would just use a little bit of washi tape on there to hold it as it goes through.